Openclaw, mission control, plus agent teams. You're juggling 10 different apps right now. Slack notifications ping while you're reading email. Your calendar is everywhere. Tasks live in three places at least. Nothing talks to anything else. You're the only connector and you're exhausted. What if your AI agents coordinated without you? What if they assigned work to each other like a real team? What if they ran while you slept? That's mission control. I want to show you something that just hit 100,000 GitHub stars in 8 weeks. The amount of hype is real, but more importantly, the problem it solves is real too. Most people think AI agents are solo players. One bot does one task, you give it an instruction, it executes, you get a response. That's the chatbot model, that's ChatGPT, but there's a whole different pattern emerging right now, and it's going to change how you think about automation. The pattern is team-based agents, specialized units coordinating together. Some handle research, some write content, some publish and distribute. They talk to each other, they delegate tasks, they review each other's work, all autonomously. Here's what actually happened. A couple months ago, someone named Panu Teja P built something wild on Openclaw. He created 10 different AI agents, not 10 copies of the same agent, 10 specialized agents with completely different personalities and roles. He named them after Marvel characters. Jarvis was the lead coordinator, Shuri was the engineer, Fury was the project manager. They communicated through a shared database, they did daily stand-ups, they mentioned each other like a real team, and they ran around the clock without him touching anything. That post got 3.5 million views. And suddenly, developers realize something. The bottleneck isn't making a single agent smarter. The bottleneck is coordinating multiple agents so they actually work together. That's where mission control comes in. Here's the core difference. Openclaw is the agent runtime that handles execution. Mission control is the control plane on top of it. Your operations dashboard where you see everything and let the agents do the work. What you actually get is straightforward. One dashboard showing every task and agent in real time. No more switching between apps. Tasks flow through a Kanban board like a real team. Inbox assigned, in progress, review done. The system automatically routes work to the right agent based on skills and task requirements. Your agents communicate with each other, delegate, and share context throughout the entire workflow. You can flag sensitive tasks for approval before they ship. Every event streams live to your dashboard as it happens. Now, let me show you how this works in practice. You want a content marketing team. Normally, you hire 4 people, train them, build systems, manage handoffs. With mission control, you say, I need a content team, research, writing, social coordination. The AI generates your squad, creates agents with specific roles, sets up communication, creates sole MD files, everything is templated and ready. New topic comes in, you drop it on the mission board, research agent picks it up, finishes, auto routes to writer. Writer sees all the research context, drafts it, sends to coordinator. Coordinator reviews and approves, routes to social agent. Social agent threads it out, times post, publishes, all with you checking the dashboard once. No manual handoffs. Agents share context the entire time so nothing falls through cracks. But here's where it gets even better. What happens at 2 a.m.? The tasks keep moving, your agents keep working, they don't sleep, they don't get tired. If you set up a cron job, they can check for new work, execute it, and notify you before you wake up. Your entire workflow runs on autopilot. And security is part of the design. Different implementations handle this differently. The open source versions use token-based authentication and webhook validation. The commercial versions like Claw Control add cryptographic signing on top. Every agent gets its own identity stack with sold ID files. You can set approval requirements, you can scope permissions, you can audit everything. In a world where AI agents can execute shell commands and access your files, this actually matters. The different implementations out there are interesting too. Some people like Claw Deck, which is an open source Kanban board built specifically for Openclaw agents. Some people use Claw Control, which is a productized solution with cloud hosting. Some people build their own command center using the Openclaw gateway directly. Some people like Command Center, which layers Slack threading as the native habitat for agents. The point is, the pattern is becoming a standard. Everyone is building coordination layers because everyone realizes the same thing. Single agents are cool, agent teams are powerful. And this is just the beginning. Now, let me talk about what you actually need to know before you start. First, this is not a chatbot. This is an automation runtime. It requires different thinking. You're not asking a question, you're designing a workflow, you're defining roles, you're specifying how coordination happens. That's a different skill than prompting ChatGPT. Second, the agents remember context, they maintain state, they can reference past conversations. This is way more powerful than a single conversation thread, but it also means you need to be thoughtful about memory and context limits. Third, the tooling is evolving fast. Every week, there's a new dashboard, a new orchestration pattern, a new integration. That's good because it means the space is developing. It's also chaotic because best practices aren't set yet. The community is figuring this out in real time. Fourth, this works best when you have a clear workflow, something with multiple steps, multiple people involved normally, multiple decision points. If you're trying to automate something that's already simple, mission control might be overkill. But if you're coordinating complex work with lots of handoffs, this is exactly what you need. Fifth, security matters. If you're running agents with access to your files and your systems, you need to understand what they can do. You need to scope permissions. You need to audit activity. This is a sharp tool. Handle it carefully. So here's what I want you to take away. The future of automation isn't one super smart agent. It's coordinated teams with clear roles, shared context, and proper orchestration. That pattern is proven. Banu proved it. Dan Malone is building the product around it. The community is adopting it, and the results are undeniable. If you're trying to automate something complex, stop trying to build a perfect single agent. Start thinking about what specialist agents you need, what handoffs happen, what communication patterns emerge, what needs approval. How would you structure a human team to do this work? Then build that. Let mission control handle the coordination. Let the agents handle the execution. The dashboard becomes your control room. You go from managing individual conversations to overseeing operations. That shift in perspective is what makes this powerful.